Today I am doing a ride along. If you didn't watch my last vlog where I was downtown Tampa for the festival, I met a cool sergeant, and so he invited me to do a ride along with him. And so I also have a lot of questions, and just, you know, with my experiences, you know, growing up around cops and stuff. Okay, so I'm here with Officer Danny.
Sergeant Danny. Yeah, just kidding. Let's start over again. Cut.
No, you're good, you're good. I keep it.
Yeah.
Sergeant Danny Rhodes, and we are going to do a ride along today. And a little bit about Sergeant Danny Rhodes is he was actually on a TV series called Roughest.
Yes.
And so tell me a little bit how you got into that, why they chose you, and your experience on it.
Okay, so I was a field training officer back in 2006, 2007, 2008, and back in the end of 2007, they did a series called Roughest, and basically it was an 8-episode series in Tampa, and I was on 4 of the 8 episodes where they showed me training my rookie officer.
Mm-hmm.
So they would show the mistakes that the rookie officer made, or the positive things that he did,
right.
And it would show a progression from, you know, from beginning to end of the day.
All right, ready? Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning. To reduce violent crime and big four crimes with the emphasis on robberies and gang-related shootings. So, you know, we have a few of those in District 3. So, to enhance training skills to combat and reduce crime.
There's nothing that happens in this district that the three of us don't talk about. I mean, that's personnel. You know, we're doing. I know you've gotten direction from Calvin as much.
And for y'all to be that effective on getting the right folks is very impressive. Stay on it, stay healthy, don't get burnt out, balance yourself, because we're going to need you the whole year.
When I met Sergeant Danny at Marty, or what was it? Gasparilla, not Mardi Gras, Gasparilla. That was another time.
It's like a Mardi Gras.
Yeah. You know, I spent about 3 hours with him, and we got to talking and stuff, and then, you know, I noticed just how good, you know, a person he was just as a person, and even as an officer dealing with a lot of other people. You know, my experience growing up hasn't been the best with, you know, cops or anything. So I kind of wanted to give everyone on the outside, you guys' perspective, to kind of see what you go through on a daily basis. I know I might not get everything in one day, but just, you know, your routines and how you guys are, and just, you know, get everyone an insight on a personal level, and just to see that you guys are regular people just trying to protect everyone. Especially during these times, like, it just seems a lot tougher on you guys. And like I said, growing up, like, I didn't get the best experience with cops.
Right.
So I already had this stereotype of all of you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, just kind of seeing you guys, it's like, you know, you guys are
Right.
I know you guys are normal people, but
Yeah.
it's just growing up was different for me.
Yeah, I hear you.
But but at the same time, you got to realize too, policing has changed from then to where it's now.
Right.
You know, it's been a lot of officers made mistakes, but guess what? The other officers have learned from other officers' mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The key is building relationships in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Without relationships in the community, number one, I trust them. So at the same time, I have to respect them. But I expect them to respect me.
Mm-hmm.
See, sometimes in officers, we say, you're going to respect me because I'm the authority.
Right.
You don't know what that man's background is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's dealing with other officers at any particular time.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to be, as an officer, you have to be humble.
Mm-hmm.
You got to eat humble pie sometimes.
Yeah.
And we're not always good at that. You see what I'm saying? But that's what it takes.
Yeah.
And you eat that humble pie, and then people will begin to respect you. Absolutely.
You know, the relationship part of it, you made a good point before, where if you don't have a connection with the public, you're not going to actually make an impact. And so we're the COP squad, the Community Oriented Policing Squad. So what happens is, they made this squad a couple of years ago, and how come is because the relationships between citizens and police officers have been degrading over the past how many years?
Yeah.
So they made a squad for us where we're out there getting the worst of the worst, but we're also out there, we get out of our cars and we speak and we engage people. Hey, how you doing? I'm Sergeant Rhodes, nice to meet you. Tough crimes.
Let me ask y'all, because, you know, growing up, what my perspective is, I know there's good cops, but I know there's bad cops. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna put you guys in a group and just consider everyone bad and not trust any cops at all. Because it's like, you know, when you get put in, like, as a civilian, when you get put in a situation you know, you're walking around at night or somewhere, like, you know, when I was growing up, I'd walk to my grandma's in the projects. Like, if you have a cop that rolls up on you, you don't necessarily know if he's a good cop or bad cop, and he could do anything he wants to you. Basically, he has that power. He can say you did this, he can say you did that.
You're right.
Like, how do we break that?
Can I say something? One thing you do is as an officer, if I'm working in public housing, they're gonna see me every day. I'm gonna see them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we have to bridge that gap where we begin to interact. You know, I need to speak to you, I need to come up to you. The more you see me and the more you see me interact with other people and how I handle other people, in the back of your mind, you're gonna be looking at this. How is this officer handling this person?
Right.
So when I have the opportunity maybe to deal with you, then you won't be as resistant to me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it has a lot to do with the officer that's working in the area. If I'm working in public housing, been there for years, we definitely gonna run into each other sooner or later.
Right.
It's just a matter of time. But it's not always on the officer too. It's the perception. Sometimes perception is reality.
Right.
How do you perceive me? You see what I'm saying? So sometimes, as the citizen, you gotta let your guard down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta let your guard down because just like anything, it's always one bad apple in the bunch.
Yeah.
But they definitely gonna be weeded out, but it takes time. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Joe Smith is a bad cop. We want him out of here.
Right.
Because this badge, this badge and this patch over here mean everything to us. And, you know, we have to get those guys out of here. So when people say you guys are bad cops, trust me, if there's a bad cop, I'll be the first one to bring them to internal affairs. Because we don't need them around us.
We just got done with roll call, and I got done meeting a lot of the officers. Everyone's really cool. Already I have a different viewpoint or a different perspective on these guys from how it was in the past and growing up, which is really cool. And you can definitely tell, like, these guys love their job. They're trying to do the right thing, keep everyone safe, keep me safe, keep you safe. We're going to see a lot more today. Hopefully we get into a lot of stuff. I'm about to go get my vest. I'm about to be protected. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let me.
Go and get that picture. Look at it, man.
I'll do this, and then I'll give it to you, and then we can do an exchange. So Sergeant Danny's about to knight me with my vest. I'm feeling official. I need a taser though, and I need some mace. I hear this guy, he's gonna take me through it all. So get my vest.
Got the police on.
All right. So he's gonna hold this for me. Are these things heavy? I always thought these were a lot heavier. Do I just slide it on top?
Yeah, just throw it over you, so that's in the back.
Okay.
Yep, exactly, just like that.
ACSO, they just leave you.
And then there's these right here. Velcro. Sorry about that. Just put this over here.
Oh, okay.
And then do the same thing on the other side. Nope, you can leave. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. There you go.
All right, man.
It's official.
It's official.
Joe, man. Look at Joe.
There you go, bud.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, no problem.
So on a daily patrol, are you just riding around? Do you have a certain route, or are you just kind of?
Yep. So basically, right now I'm in District 3. So we have 2 sectors in District 3. No, you're good. 2 sectors in District 3, and what I want to do is I want to hit all the hot holes. We have 12 hot holes in the city in District 3.
So the hot spots where most stuff happens. Right.
So my squad is not a regular patrol squad. I'm not tied to the radio for getting the domestics, the burglaries, the auto thefts. What we're interested in is the in-progress calls, a burglary in progress, an auto theft in progress, a robbery in progress, a shooting, something that's going to be of major importance. So my guys are, they're handpicked, and so I got excellent guys. I call them the A-team. And so we basically go and we hit all these holes. We hit the worst of the worst offenders.
You have basically the top hot spots where most of the crime happens. So you're not just like you know, let's say stereotyping and just saying like this is we need to be here just because of these people. So you have a route that you go, and you're not just hanging out just to try and catch somebody doing whatever.
Jojo, listen. So one of the things that there's a lot of misconceptions with law enforcement is they think that, you know, there's a race issue, or there's it's a citizens versus police. That's not what it is.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, we're here trying to, that we're actually here trying, actually, let me move that off the street
All right.
real quick. District 3 is predominantly a African-American community, and a lot of the officers that work District 3, because it is, you know, a hotbed for crime, we choose to work this area because it's, I mean, you know, we don't like crime, but we enjoy putting bad guys in jail, or enjoy doing the investigations.
Right.
So understand, if I wanted to go work District 1 per se, which is Bayshore Boulevard in South Tampa, you know, I could, but I'd be sitting under a tree most of the time, you know, maybe just doing traffic accidents, where I enjoy actually doing shooting investigations.
Getting involved
with the community.
It's good.
So
you see that? It's not always stereotyping people. There's some good cops out here doing the right things.
we're trying. At Metropolitan Ministries. Off of Tampa Street. Okay.
Like a bunch of the bigger cities, there's a huge homeless population, and we've came across a lady who doesn't have pants or anything on. So instead of just driving by and not doing anything, Sergeant Danny is actually using his resources, his connection, to try and get her something so that she won't be walking around without any bottoms. So a lady actually went to go get her some pants because she saw her. I'm here with Officer Barrett, and we're going to find out some about him and just everything, how he views being a police officer and what he likes about it. So can you just give us a little bit of info about you and why'd you join the Tampa PD?
I'm Officer Bob Barrett. I go by Bob. I've been here for 17 years, and mostly downtown Ybor City area. I think it was always ingrained in me. My father was before me, so that was always in the back of my mind. I mean, I actually moved to Florida with another plan. This was actually Plan B, and I think it worked out for the best because I really liked it.
Make it down Hillsboro, Nebraska.
We're at a stolen vehicle, and Officer Barrett, what do we have here?
So basically, we just come up in Sector E. We had a vehicle involved in a hit and run crash. The vehicle involved, the suspect vehicle, actually happened to be a stolen vehicle, whereas the people who were driving it, I guess, had been involved in some robberies. So it looks like we probably have the suspects right here in custody. So.
So earlier's debacle, we get to go in where all the detectives are and kind of see how they're brainstorming and trying to put the case together. So let's see what they got.
So last night, today, signal 3 goes out. Signal 3, Hispanic male, black male, and black female who was driving the car flee on foot.
I think we should talk to the girlfriend.
She's hobbling, she's a heavy-set black female.
Let me see if they
By the time we get there and ascertain from the witness, 10 minutes has passed. Radio, Stephanie Haley calls out the tag, radio goes, that's
I got a
signal 10.
positive ID on my case.
So now,
Photo pack.
Lance Baker is over at
the robbery
the Wendy's.
Robbery jogging.
Sees
For who?
3 people matching the description with somebody holding ice up to their face
So
and
she's,
goes,
I just
ooh,
got the message. So I'm
that looks stinky. They get into
Can you hear me?
another car.
I got a positive ID on my photo pack.
They knocked the car down at Hillsborough in Nebraska. He called his mom to come pick him up.
We're gonna let these guys talk it out, and then they're gonna update us on what happened earlier. Apparently there are several suspects, and it looks like they're doing a good job. All right, so we're with Detective Baker, and he's gonna give us the scoop on what happened earlier.
Earlier there was a call for a crashed vehicle where the subjects left the scene. There was a description of 3 subjects, one of them being a female. Part of that description was that the female was holding her arm and was injured. Multiple cars had responded to the area. As I was still en route to the area, they started making connections that the vehicle was stolen, the one that had crashed and the people had fled from. So that car was stolen, and then additional links were being made that they might be involved in some robberies that we've had over the past few days. And because these 3 match the description, we're looking for a very tall black male, looking for a somewhat heavy-set female, and another male. So as I was just driving the area slowly because I'm in an unmarked car, I happened to see a stopped vehicle in the middle of the road on Frierson. As I was looking at the car, I see several people getting into the car. Well, I've been a police officer long enough to know that oftentimes when somebody is involved in a crime, they'll run from the scene, but they usually only run a few blocks, and then they'll hunker down and wait till somebody can pick them up. I went ahead and turned towards that vehicle so I could get a closer look at the people getting into the car. When I saw the passenger, he was a tall male. He was the one I got the best look of. He got into the passenger seat of the car, and he was holding an ice bag up to his mouth. Well, to me that says, okay, he's injured. Since the female had been reported that she was injured, and I thought I saw a female in the back, there's definitely one driving, I thought we need to talk to these people and eliminate them as suspects. So I immediately did a U-turn and began following them, called out on the radio, and because I'm not Superman, we do everything as a group and as a team. So I called my backups in. Sergeant Rhodes got in right behind me. We had K9. We had all kinds of cops everywhere by the time we hit Nebraska and Frierson, and we were able to do a box in because of traffic. And when we took him out of the car, I recovered a gun on the tall male who had been holding the ice bag, and that gun, turns out it was stolen back on the 25th during a burglary. So it's just multiple cases, and we've had positive identification already on armed robbery that occurred last night to a female who was jogging, on the black male who was carrying the gun. Mm-hmm. So we've got multiple positive identifications already on several crimes that have occurred recently.
Right. So how excited are you?
I'm very excited, can you tell? One of the better catches of my career. It's not all me. I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. Right. And, followed the lead that, hey, this makes sense. Let's talk to these people. Mm-hmm. It could have easily been just some random people who didn't have anything to do with it. Right. But had we not checked that, we wouldn't know. And we certainly wouldn't have them in custody now
Right.
if we hadn't checked it. So, yeah, I'm very excited.
All right. Well, congratulations, Officer Baker.
Thank you.
I'm 1097. It looks like everybody's still here. Nothing serious. He's going up in a BLS.
Okay, so we're here on scene, and we are at a stabbing. I don't know the full details, but I've never seen anything really like this, you know, as far as stabbing or anything. I don't like blood too much, but so we're gonna get the story, kind of see what's going on. So far, it's been really cool. Been able to see a lot of stuff. My perception of police officers of being these bad guys, these untruthful people who are out to just get me and get certain people has definitely changed, and my perspective on them is definitely changed. And man, these are really cool guys, and so I hope that this video can kind of give you guys insights, and we'll see.
Sergeant Danny, and he come and talk to me about this situation. I have a large family. I have 100 and some grandchildren and great-grand. I'm a grandmother 3 times.
All right now.
So I had 13 children, so this is what it created for me.
Yeah.
My oldest one would be 62 if he'd have lived. So I'm 79.
79 years old.
Okay.
And he's very sweet and beautiful.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. I really love him. You know, I pray for him. He prayed for me.
Yeah. He's been good to the community and everything.
He's been good to the community.
That's good to hear.
He's been real beautiful to me.
That's
Hey.
So, like, I mean, is there anything else you would like to have law enforcement do for you guys as a family, or?
I'm working with the city. I did all my classes.
Okay.
I just need my credit report up.
Okay.
Then I need to move out from over here. That's all I need, my credit report
So
up.
he can help you get the credit report up?
Help me get my credit report up. I'll be out of here.
What else can I help you guys out with anything else? As far as the law enforcement, you know, side of it, is there anything we could do to kind of make your house safer, or can I help you guys out with any kind of service?
It don't really come.
Yeah, we need $1,000.
Move y'all. Our house, you know, since you've been coming and talking to us and having a relationship with me and my family, it doesn't really, the shooting really have. I haven't had no problem to call y'all, you know, about the shooting.
What that means is when he signs a form for us, Tampa Police, and he signed it like 3 weeks ago. I could probably tell you, I think it was February 1st that he signed it. When he signed it, he told us he does not want anybody or any trash, any person on his property without his permission. Right. So listen, if you get permission from him and then he calls me up and says, hey, Sergeant Rhodes, go ahead, you can let these people over here, then we would have no problem with that. But he told us he doesn't want anybody, zero, nobody. So listen, all we ask is you respect his rights because that's his land.